Hello, guys, and welcome to another, just talking about news segment. While we eat this, partake of this Mexican soup that I had last night, that I actually didn't eat, and the group I was with to, gave me 24 hours to finish it, or at least whatever. But anyway, it's got carrots, it's got octopus, it's got shrimp in it, it's got potatoes, carrots. Anyway, so we'll cover the news while we're having dinner. Dinner news. Oh, it's got shrimp in it too. Fell off the. Yeah, it's got shrimp. Neato. Okay, so let's talk about the first piece of news. Middle-aged man trading cards go viral in rural Japantown. Children in a small Japanese town are obsessively collecting trading cards featuring local elderly men rather than popular fantasy creatures, helping bridge generational gaps in an aging rural community. Okay, so this reminds me of some of the like around, let's say, 92, when America was in the first desert storm. They came out with these collectible cards, and the cards just mm, looked okay, I guess, but they were like helicopters and all sorts of military vehicles, and then like all the areas that the war was happening in, like Kuwait and Iraq, and uh, the surrounding war torn areas, whatever was around, whatever countries were involved in the desert storm offensive, even America. So yeah, those were popular at the time. Uh, they fell off, but that strikes me as like what these things are. Okay, continuing on. In Kawara, Fukuoka Prefecture, the quote unquote Oji-san TCG, middle, yeah, Oji-san stands for middle aged man, like a businessman kind of, whatever, family man. Uh, Features 28 local men with assigned elemental types and battle stats. Okay, that's interesting. So I wonder if they would assign the elemental types based on what uh, what element the person closely aligned with, and battle stats. So, like a construction worker might have more attack stat or more defense because they're more physical people, whereas a librarian would have more intelligence, more wisdom. The collection includes a former fire brigade chief. Okay, so there we go. We got let's see, fire brigade would probably have strength because of carrying all the hoses and stuff like that. Um, Maybe leadership, which would be a combination of both the wisdom and intelligence stat. Okay, and a prison officer turned volunteer whose card has become so sought after that the children request his autograph. Okay, that's neat. They they limit the card distribution, maybe the card printing. Okay, created by Ari Miyahara of the Sadosho Community Council. The initiative has doubled participation in town events. Quote, we wanted to strengthen the connection between children and older generations, unquote. Miyahara told Fuji News Network, quote, so many kids are starting to look up to these men as heroic figures, unquote. Okay, that's cool. At least they didn't make them digital. That would worsen the situation. Okay, next story. China's biotech. China's biotech advances threaten U.S. dominance, warrants congressional report. This is a non-story. Blah blah blah. Biotech. Don't care. Invest 15 billion. Okay, okay. So where's that? Where's that 15 billion gonna freaking go? Where's that 15 billion gonna go? I'll let the comments answer before I come up with my answer. That 15 billion, maybe about 14 billion, 14.99 billion will end up in pockets of people who don't deserve it. And that whatever 0.01 billion will actually go to the scientists who are in charge of it. So yeah, they need a accounting of where all that money goes, because it can't just go to administration. It has to actually go to development and research. Sport over the next 5 years, blah blah blah. Okay. Other steps to bolster manufacturing in the U.S. Okay. Manufacturing. Okay. How does biotech research bolster manufacturing? Hey, answer me that question in comments. While barring companies from working with Chinese biotech suppliers. Okay, so these companies are not allowed to take whatever the best means of profit margin? Question mark. That's, I mean, okay. Ban Chinese biotech suppliers. And then that means the end process is going to be more expensive until it gets customizable enough to where the average layperson would have proper access to the whatever the product is that's going to be created out of this. The National Security Commission on Emerging Biotech said in a report Tuesday, to achieve its goals, the federal government and U.S.-based researchers will also need to work with allies and partners around the world. Okay. So around the world, let's highlight that. Let's highlight that. Who else is in this world? China. Okay. So, allies and partners. Let's go down this little route here. Okay. What if those allies and partners of ours, who are allied with another government or another biotech supplier, who is allied with China? Mixed gets the noggin jogging, doesn't it? Makes you think. China is quickly ascending to biotech dominance, having made biotech a strategic priority for 20 years. Quote unquote, the commission said. Okay, citation. Well, I mean, they could get away with unethical experimentation on their workers, or on their civilians, on their population. I mean, they did it with COVID. Nope. Nope. I disagree with the statement. Because what we do is we basically maybe take over another country and commit bioterrorism against our civilians to fast track the research of all uh, of the things that we need to do. I'm gonna turn the mic down because I know it's peaking a lot. There we go. 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 Should have tested it before I started recording. But let's see if there we go. That close, close, close. There we go. Okay, let's see if that works. See if that works. That works. That works. That works. You need to tell me where my settings are. Comments. Okay. Okay, we may never recover. That's a. I disagree with that. Okay. Findings convey the depth of worry that Washington that China's rapid biotech advances. Rapid. 20 years. Is 20 years rapid? No. Advances jeopardize U.S. national security. Okay, citation. Yeah. Okay, how does it jeopardize what in the biotech industry jeopardizes U.S. national security? Give me an example. One example. Yet translating the concern into tangible actions could prove challenging. Okay, translating the concern into tangible actions. What is this? Is this not a tangible action? $15 billion? That seems like a tangible action to me. $15. But it's also, like I said earlier, where's that money going to go? It could prove challenging. Yeah, if you're going to commit fraud with all that $15 billion. China plays a large role supplying drug ingredients, okay, and even some generic medications to the U.S. For years, it produced copycat versions of drugs developed in the West. Recent years have seen it become a formidable hub of biotech innovation after the Chinese government gave priority to the field as a critical sector in China's efforts to become a scientific superpower. Okay, so they basically spent all the money that we gave them to push forward all their intellectual prowess. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, America. Okay, next story. Shopify CEO says staffers need to prove jobs can't be done by AI before asking for more headcount. Staffers need to prove jobs can't be done by AI. Okay, so what can be done by AI? Image generation. We see examples of that on 4chan and various other websites that use AI generation. Let me see. Can I get what they want done using AI? Maybe what they do. Okay. Let's see. Companies approach hiring in the age of AI. Employees will expect to approve why they, quote, cannot get what they want done using AI. Okay, so what they can get done, probably writing long paragraph dissertations on various topics. What would this area look like if autonomous AI agents were already part of the team, unquote. Ludke wrote in the memo, which was sent to employees late last month. Okay, yeah, this is a rephrasement of the question that Elon Musk sent to the um, USAID workers. Send me a list of 5 things that you've done. What was it, 5 or was it 3? It might have been 3. 3 things that you've done in the past week. Otherwise, you're fired. So I'm like, okay. This can be a way to uh, minimize employees in the workplace, thus saving money, and also a way to maybe economize the business practices of a company. But not just firing and hiring workers, but also maybe being able to shut down physical locations, like making them a kiosk instead of a apartment building size thing. Okay, this question can lead to really fun discuss. This question can lead to really fun discussions and projects. Yeah, I bet it's fun firing people. Yep. Okay. Luke K also said there's a quote fundamental expectation unquote across Shopify that employees embrace AI in their daily work, saying it has been a quote multiplier unquote of productivity for those who have used it. So if you don't use it, question mark? If you don't use it, do you not have your job anymore because you can't compete in the marketplace of ideas? AI is not a band-aid though. AI is not a cure-all for everything. In the comment section down below, let me know what AI has been useful for you for. I really need to take more than one bite at a time while going through stories. So, do I have an idle game that I can have running in the corner? That would be hilarious. But no, I do not. At least not yet. Actually, you know what? Let's look that up right now. We're going to look it up right now. H.io. And we'll look for idle. $4,000 projects, okay. Nomad Idle, don't care. Plant Daddy. Okay, we can play this in browser. Open that in a new window. And then maybe be able to display it somewhere. Oh, it's not going to resize correctly. Tried it. Well known. Dwarves versus walls. Wildfire. Collecting cancer. Okay. Boba simulator. You found a hole in the ground. House bar looks interesting. Terraform, okay. Tower defense idle. I know that name. You can't trick me, Mr. Mullins. This is the same guy who did Pony Island and the same guy who did the card game. What was the card game? The scary based one where you had to fight the moon at the end. You know what I'm talking about. At well, not at the end, but at the beginning. Sips, okay, it's TBA. That's interesting. Infinite Monkeys. A solitaire deck building Balatro like. Wow. Okay. SCP. Incremental game about downloading files. You have my attention. We'll open this in a new window. Let's see if this resizes. Oh yeah, this would be perfect. No, I don't want to. Alright, let's start running it. And we'll put it over here, and we will add another window capture. And we will capture that window. And we will add it right there. Perfect. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Okay. No. Okay. Q. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the sound on this off. There we go. Q, Q, Q. There's 3 beat. Okay. How do you do the idle? Oh, credits. Okay. Hey, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy one of those. Let's see what time. There we go. Okay. Oh no, it's 500 billion. Dang it. Okay. That's okay. I thought that 1 megabyte. That's odd. Whatever. Anyway, okay, we'll go ahead and go back over here. Okay. I've seen many of the people approach implaceable attacks. I'm gonna move where it is on my screen. There we go. That seems better. Okay. That way it's on my screen, but it's the same as yours. Okay. All right. So I've seen many of these people approach impossible tasks. One we wouldn't even chosen to tackle before with reflexive and brilliant use of AI to get to work 100%, 100 times the work done. The company which sells web-based software that allows online retailers manage sales and run their operation will factor AI uses into performance reviews, he added. So basically, AI is our future, apparently now. Okay, next story. Micron to impose tariff-related surcharges on SSD and other products. Okay, so basically what you're saying is you're increasing the cost arbitrarily because of tariffs. Tariff-related surcharge. Don't give me that. Micron has informed U.S. customers it will implement surcharges on memory modules and solid-state drives starting Wednesday to offset President Trump's new tariffs. Okay, so first of all, according to Reuters, okay, so first of all, memory modules and solid-state drives, okay, a surcharge, okay, so where are these particular products coming from? Are they coming from international states? There we go. Oh no, I don't have that yet. Are they coming from out of the country? Are they coming from just a different whatever? And will the surcharges be removed once the tariffs? Will the surcharges be removed once the tariffs cease to exist? Probably not, because so many people will be used to purchasing at that price. That it will become automatic for them. Do we have an auto? Yes, we have an auto. Okay, we are in idle mode now currently on this. All right, awesome. Okay, so I can let that go. All right. Okay, while semiconductors received exemptions in Trump's recent trade action, that's good. Memory storage products didn't escape the new duties. Okay, so memory storage products might include flash drives, might include, like I said, SSDs, HDDs, storage, both external and internal devices. Okay, continuing on. Micron, which manufactures primarily in Asian countries, including China and Taiwan, which manufactures including China and Taiwan, So the tariffs will affect this country, might not affect this country. So if they're going to be getting, they'll be paying more for companies, for products coming from this area, and paying less for company or for products coming from this area. Possibly. I previously signaled during a March earnings call that the tariff cost would be passed to customers. Okay. Alright, so Micron, listen to me here. Do you really want to do this? Do you really want to pass the price on to customers? Because that's a way to go out of business right there, isn't it? Charge your customers more for your product? Does the quality of your product change? No. Why increase the price? If you're going to increase the price, you better increase the quality. Or even the quantity. Maybe instead of selling one SSD for one price, package it, maybe double the price and allow companies to maybe like put a 10 to 15%, 10 to 20% discount on the product? Maybe. Let's see. Okay. Next story. Meta got caught gaming AI benchmarks. Okay. Take a bite here while we allow the headline to stew in our cortexes. Okay, so they're gaming AI benchmarks, which means that they're fluffing the numbers on purpose to make it seem like it's better than it is. Let's see, Meta, maybe like with their devices, like the VR headset. What else is gaming? That could probably be it. Alright. So, Meta released 2 new Llama 4 models over the weekend, Scout and Maverick, okay, with claims that Maverick outperforms GPT-4o and Gemini 2.0 Flash on benchmarks. Okay, is there a comparison number here? What are we looking at? What stats? Let me know down in the comment section. Maverick quickly secured the number 2 spot on LM Arena, behind only Gemini 2.5 Pro. Okay, so those might be AI models built. Okay. Researchers have since discovered that Meta was using an, quote, experimental chat version, unquote. Ooh. Okay. That right there, you're immediately fudging the numbers. If you're using an experimental one, your numbers are not going to be the same as somebody else's numbers who is using a stable model. Okay, Maverick for LM Arena testing that was, quote, optimized for conversationality, unquote.